My girlfriend walked in on me and her biggest enemy. My girlfriend's biggest enemy. Jessica booked a training session with me at my gym. I should have declined, but I didn't. I was saving money for an engagement ring, so I was taking every session I could get. Jessica showed up and addressed the situation immediately. "You're Nancy's boyfriend, Seth, right?" I nodded. She said, "Perfect, let's get started." We went over goals and then we began the workout. 15 minutes in, she was on the floor doing planks. I was kneeling next to her, adjusting her form, hands on her shoulders to fix her posture. That's when the gym door opened. Nancy walked in. She stopped, stared at my hands on Jessica's shoulders. Her voice echoed in the gym. "Are you freaking kidding me?" Jessica stood up slowly, smiled. "Oh, hi, Nancy." Nancy's voice was shaking. "Seth, why is she here?" I tried to explain. She booked a session, but she rebutted. "And you accepted it? You knew who she was." Jessica picked up her water bottle. "We're just working out, Nancy. It's not that deep." "Shut up," Nancy snapped. She looked at me. "Did she pay you?" I nodded. "Yes." Nancy's face crumpled. "So you sold me out for what? $150? Jessica was smiling. Nancy's eyes were filling with tears. "If you don't end this session right now, we're done." I looked at the timer on my phone. 42 minutes left. $150 I needed. 42 minutes between me and the engagement ring. "I'm sorry," I told Jessica. "I can't continue this. I'll refund your money." Jessica shrugged. "Keep it. I got what I wanted." She grabbed her bag and left. Nancy didn't say anything. She just walked out of the gym. I followed her to the parking lot. "Nancy, wait! I needed the money." She spun around. "For what? What could possibly be worth betraying me?" I couldn't tell her. Not like this. Not in a parking lot after she'd just caught me training her worst enemy. "It doesn't matter," I said. "Then we're done." She got in her car and drove away. The next morning, I went to her apartment. She wouldn't let me in. She didn't answer my texts, my calls, nothing. I didn't let it stop me, though. I kept training clients, kept saving money. I finally had enough money to buy the ring. I texted Nancy's best friend, "Can you get Nancy to the vintage jewelry store on Main Street tomorrow at 2 p.m.? Tell her it's important. Tell her I'm not going to be there. Just trust me." The next day, I went to the jewelry store at 1 p.m. The door opened and Nancy walked in with her friend. She saw me and tried to leave, but I shouted, "Wait!" She stopped but didn't turn around. I grabbed the ring that I just paid for from the jeweler and walked behind Nancy. I got down on one knee. "If you turn around, I can show you why I needed the money." Nancy turned around and her hand went to her mouth in shock. "I've been saving for 3 months. When Jessica booked the session, I knew who she was. I knew I should say no, but I really wanted to get you this." Nancy was crying now. "You let me think you betrayed me." "I know. I'm so sorry." She laughed through her tears. "This is possibly the worst proposal I've ever heard of." I asked her, "Is that a yes?" "Yes. Obviously yes." I stood up, put the ring on her finger. We got married and moved in together. Now we were saving for a house. I got a notification on my booking system. "Jessica again, we do need a down payment."